Look at this. Look at this view. Yeah. Get some of that sunset action. Need to go under this tree. Okay. Am I gonna go over or under this? Fuck! It's pretty tight. Oh shit! Well, that was embarrassing. That's not the only thing that's tight in my life. My beats are tight. There's a dog there. Can you see it? Doge, oh my god. It's really far away. They're calling for it all the way from down there. Hello. Hello, friend. Hello. Hello. So I have a dog in my video for the first time, taking a piss. Hello. What's your name? What's your name? And now it's following me. What's your name, friend? What's your name? This is an unexpected turn of events. It's my doggy friend. Yep. There it goes. God, I love dogs. Oh shit! I want a dog so bad that it's not even funny. Look at this. It's beautiful. Gotta love the sunsets here. Good stuff. It's absolutely, the light here is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that snow. Look at that texture. That's real nice. Yeah. You like that, don't you? Bear in the woods. That's what they call me around here. I find it absolutely hilarious that it's actually sort of colder inside the studio. There was an issue with the heating system. I put on a lot of clothing to come outside, but to me it kind of seems that it's actually warmer outside than in the studio. So this is another update video. I'm really grateful and humbled by the fact that any of you take interest in what I'm doing here. So this is a way of keeping you updated on what I've just done and also give you some inside VIP information on what's coming. So as you might have noticed, there's a new album called Preternatural. It's not orchestral music, and I know most of you expect me to write orchestral music, and although I'm mainly interested in releasing orchestral music under my own name, it's not the only type of music I'm interested in writing. And what you're actually going to find if you listen to the new album is that it's very cinematic, and the cinematic aspect for me is really what most of my music is about. To me, cinematic music is all about modeling meaning, and the new album is certainly no exception to that. So just briefly, if you're new to the dark ambient genre, essentially it is all about building dark, ominous soundscapes, and a big chunk of it is all about field recordings. And essentially field recordings are stuff you record outside here in the world. So you find interesting places and interesting sounding places, and you record different sort of things. And usually within that genre, we process those field recordings in different ways to either sort of emphasize certain things or create new ambiences altogether. In terms of the sort of traditional tonal quality of the music, we tend to use drones very strongly. So a drone is a sustaining note that sustains for a longer time period, and then you usually build different minimal harmonies and melodies on top of that drone. So you end up getting these sort of soundscapes that tend to be somehow frozen in time, yet ascending above time altogether. I tend to be a fan of dark ambient tracks that sort of make you look at the very fabric of existence in time, and you sort of see through it, and it creates this extraordinarily contemplative, melancholic, but somehow warm soundscape. So if you're hesitant to listen to it, it's really not as horror-like as you might think. I actually find it oddly comforting. You know, it's kind of this warm, deep, dark substance that you can glide into, and I find it oddly calming. So try it out, see what you think. And for those of you who have either purchased the music or streamed, thank you a lot. It really does help me actually pay the bills that make it possible to keep doing this. So thank you. The second topic I want to touch on is this channel and videos. Essentially, as you might have noticed, I have a few new videos on an effect pedal. I definitely want to do more of that type of stuff for a number of reasons. Firstly, it brings new viewers. It's a great way of finding new listeners because you can demonstrate your musicality and what you're about, even though you're making demos or reviews of different things. A lot of people are searching for these pedals and instruments, and I think it's a great way to connect with like-minded musicians who tend to prefer using similar types of musical devices. And these are pieces of equipment that I find to be great musical tools, so I have no issue talking about them and perhaps helping someone else figure out what sort of tools are going to be appropriate for them. Be a better artist, that is very strongly on my mind. I want to make a ton of those videos, so you can expect to see more of them. It's a really important thing for me to talk about the things that I've struggled with when trying to figure out how to make music as a living. I know it's going to help a bunch of people, and for those of you who have already reached out and talked about the topics and asked questions, it means a lot, and it reminds me that I need to push that video series a lot more than I have. It's one of the most important things to me, and there really is no excuse to not uploading more of those. It's simply a matter of finding a balance. You know, I'm still figuring out how to keep writing music at a reasonable pace, but at the same time work on the videos. Yeah, so no excuse there. I simply need to become better at managing my time and become better at shifting between creative work and making these videos. When you're writing, you're just so submerged in the sort of creational hammering process and making the Be a Better Artist videos. That's really all about pushing myself, not only intellectually, but in terms of my ability to articulate my thoughts. It's really all about pushing those two things. And for me, that's a very different mode of working compared to writing music. So ideally, I want to be releasing a video at least every week. The only issue is that I'm not great at video editing in terms of my speed. So it really slows down everything I do. In terms of the tutorials, I already have 2 different topics filmed. It's simply that editing them takes a lot of time. It's about a full days of work to edit all of that together, and by a day I mean 12 hours of editing. Like I said, I'm not the best video editor in the world by a long shot, so it's pretty slow, and I'm also a bit of a perfectionist. At least I try to be with the quality of content that I'm capable of producing now. And yeah, I'm really picky about the edits. I want to try and make it as clear for you people as possible. So more tutorials coming, most definitely, but it is a second or third video priority right now because they are so time consuming to create. There's going to be new music already in probably the next month, so I'm trying to finish it within March and try and have it out in April. It's not going to be under my own name, so this is a complete separate solo project. I'm not going to reveal the name yet, but this is something I've had on my mind for many years now, and it's my solo project of electronic music. I don't know if many of you know, but I love electronic music, and I've wanted to make an album for a very long time. And this project is essentially all about having fun and combining everything I enjoy about electronic music into one project. To me, it's super fun to write it. I'm just having a laugh every single minute when I'm writing it. If I had to describe what it's going to sound like, it definitely has strong, 80s synthwave influences, but there's also chiptune and strong dance influences as well. So it's a bit of a mashup of different things, but I do think they come together very nicely, and to me it's all about, writing music that I can have fun with and I can dance to. Yeah, and it does have a very strong sort of not trance, but perhaps dance-like aspect to it. There's also guitar, so that's a bit surprising probably to some of you, but yeah, sort of rock, heavier rock type of guitars and sweet 80s leads. I think it's super fun. I hope you give it a shot. I'm definitely gonna post it here so that you can find it later. I do have the next orchestral album in my mind, and I've started sketching ideas. I'm very, very excited about it. I think it's going to be something quite unique. I haven't heard anything like it ever. I've never even heard anyone speaking about that concept. I'm not going to talk about the concept yet because I do really want to brew the idea a bit more and also have something to talk about later. So that's it. That's what's happening. That's what is going to come next, and that's what I'm thinking of doing. So hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think about the new videos, the new music, and what you think about the music that is to come. Finish.